For the many decades that I have been the owner responsible for this business, I have always felt that I was out on an island. No one really knew what burden I was carrying from day to day. When C12 was first introduced to me, my first thought was, this is what I have been looking for so long. Well, I'm third generation owner of a specialty metal fabrication shop. Grew up in the shop. I learned everything about the shop, and we make high-end fabricated metal parts for a variety of industries. My desire for this company is to continue on through the next generation, which they will be the fourth, which is a rare occurrence in any kind of business.
As Ed joined us, he started to unpack a little bit about the relationships in his business and his burden for just where's the business going to go.
In the industry that we serve, there is a constant demand for the latest state-of-the-art equipment. If you do not possess that, you're at a disadvantage. And I believed that for us, that next step was essential.
I would certainly say that there was some weight on Ed to pass the baton in a responsible fashion.
3 years ago, when I put my core business presentation together, my issue was the purchase of a very expensive, state-of-the-art piece of equipment that I believed was essential for the continuation of my business. It cost more than the actual value of my business.
Ed had done a lot of research on this equipment, and he felt, based on his experience, that this was the equipment to get. But when you're Ed Phy, you don't casually spend $750,000.
By nature, I'm very conservative, and to step out and invest, it would either make us or it would bankrupt me. When I made my presentation to my group, I had three possibilities: buy the machine now, delay the machine for a year, or do nothing. And at that point, I had the combination of anxiety and excitement.
When he came with that question, it wasn't the first time we'd heard about it. Why? Because of the journey of Ed's relationship to the group over time, and what he sometimes, and certainly in this time, needed was some affirmation that this is in fact the right move to make.
During the question phase of this presentation, I started to feel the spirit within me just calm me and assure me that, listen to these people. They have your best interest, and what they are saying is actually coming from me.
So we ask questions like, okay, well, what's the difference between now and later? Like, what's the economics? What's the risk? What else is involved? But ultimately, what happens if you don't make this investment?
What happens if you don't do it? And that stopped me in my tracks. What would happen? And my response to that was, then there is no future for my company. I knew what I had to do at that point.
It wasn't about the machine. The machine was a means to an end. The end is 4G.
I do not put a lot of stock in just what other business owners are doing. I want to be God-honoring. Over the years that I have been part of this C12 group, they have my best interest in what decisions I make and hold me accountable to those things. They help me see things that I overlook because they know my heart.
For Ed, my observation is that this is a real refuge and an opportunity for him to get input from people, and to see the application of that over the last couple of years has been really encouraging.
Within 4 weeks of that presentation, I signed the contract, putting everything on the line to buy the machinery. And that first year, we were up 38%. And we are now at a point where we were 30% over that number. God has blessed and given us a path and an opportunity beyond whatever I could have imagined.